It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, if I retire from rapping, how many of y'all will really miss me? My swing is incredible, feel like Timberland and Missy. Some niggas owe me money for the style, bitch, I'm Fendi, that's a double entendre. Y'all better put some respect on me, DJ Envy, like Jesus and Meryl. I'm a king, I'm a pharaoh, frequently leading this era. Greatness be seeping through the mirror, hold my image and my likeness. My family tree strong as Osiris, I bought hard on them haters like tendonitis. Been my own man, creating avenues like Rosecrans. Y'all niggas stick to the script, I switch up the program. I hold bands in both hands and slow dance with your main chick, no romance, I'm so advanced. If I tell you hit the bricks, I mean it. I hate extra niggas around me, shit is inconvenient. I'm sitting in image, my head getting bigger than freedom. We sing it for freedom, the money weighing in like Keenan. A record sale. I flip streams of income like heads or tails. I spit crack like eggshells. Your girl stay chirping like Nextel. The block stay buzzing like I'm serving up fish scale. Either make a purchase or serve a purpose. The boy blaze trails like Nick Nurkic. Shout it type thick like 6 burgers. If she don't feel the kid, it's a disservice. I'm pinning more hits than Keith Urban. This shit working. Had to steal the beat from Flow. I don't keep it low. Best on either coast. Try me, you could be a ghost. Slick like nematode. Swing like Ichiro. Now you trying to sell a fake book. What you be Simone? If they rapping, I don't trust them. Try to stab me in the back, my chiropractor gon' adjust them. Anytime you play a beat, I'm just enhancing the production. With the way I eat, I got to hand you that concussion. Ain't no justice.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. We're gonna get into some things in this particular video, okay? Everybody, come on. Be sure to like and share on your way in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to have another teachable moment for the people in this video, okay? Now, some of y'all might have been here yesterday from my Joey Badass video where I spoke about Cardi B reposting my review of the new record, Imaginary Players. Others of y'all probably saw the post on my wall showing that she retweeted it, showed how Kim Barbie also was basically liking and co-signing some things that somebody else had said on Twitter. I'll go ahead and just post it up one more time in here, not to brag, but just for additional context. So this is my post of the review for Imaginary Players. Cardi B liked the post, she reposted it, and Kim Barbie liked this this statement here. When J Nolan speaks, I listen. I love his entire channel, love the music he himself makes. He gives his true and honest opinion from a no bias perspective, and he's thorough and valid. If you love hip hop and rap, follow him. Okay. So I posted these things and I said, shout out to Cardi B for showing love to the channel. Okay. And the majority of you guys, as usual, showed love, gave encouragement, gave kind words. Okay. But there were some people out there that, for whatever reason, didn't see the win in, an artist that I'm talking about, an A-list celebrity, giving credit to a channel with just 30-something thousand subscribers. And I want to kind of get into this idea of integrity. Okay, it's a word that floats around a lot. This ain't the first time that it's come up. But I think this is a good time as any to kind of break this down. All right. Now, this show that you're tuning into, Inside the Industry, I've got the fucking Inside the Industry on my hoodie today. You can't even see it. Right. This show is built on integrity. Integrity based on the fact that I am an artist of many years. I'm a songwriter of many years. I've contributed to all types of projects, all the major television networks. I don't give a fuck what channel you tune into. My music has been played on it, whether it be in a TV show, a movie, a commercial, an advertisement campaign. My music's been in all of those different types of projects. I get paid off of this shit all the time, even when I'm not on YouTube. All right. And simultaneously, as I'm on YouTube, I get the detections. I showed y'all the detections. on my opinionated YouTuber video. You know what I'm saying? So when I decided to even create this show, the whole purpose of the show was for people to have a commentator that can report on music, the happenings in the music business, and have an understanding from both sides of the spectrum as a creative that makes music and also as somebody who works behind the scenes and understands masters, publishing, and these deals that take place behind closed doors, right? From the business aspect. I've literally written books based on the music industry. Okay? There's no higher form of integrity than a person who's willing to come out here and share based on that. Okay? So I've seen a couple people that are implying that because Cardi B liked my video, reposted my video, and Barty Gang has, kind of taken the mantle on Twitter and like spread out some clips and stuff like that, that all of a sudden J Nolan is supposed to be influenced by that support and all automatically all of my critique of Cardi B's upcoming album is gonna go out the window. I'm gonna give it a 10 rating with no critiques, or that I'm all of a sudden gonna start kissing her ass crack and kissing her feet. I don't understand how you could possibly watch my channel or any of my videos and come to that conclusion, but apparently there's some people out there that are coming to that conclusion. Okay. In the very video that Cardi B reposted and shared, I'm sure she watched it herself before she did such a thing. I stated in that video, I'm going to listen to this album the same way I listen to everybody else's. I said, if it comes out and I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. I'm also going to evaluate what I like about the album, what I don't like about the album, and I'm going to score it and rate it the same way that I do for everybody else. In that very video, I said I wasn't that big a fan of the record Outside. In that very video, right? I understood why Outside was what it was, why it was chosen. Both the fans and the label wanted it. I didn't care about that record all that much. I understood it. I understand how it worked outside, literally, for festivals and for outings. Not a big fan of that song. I like the Imaginary Players. Some people are mad that I like the Imaginary Players. Who gives a fuck? But, that's what's going on. So let's get to some of what people are saying. And again, I know some of y'all are gonna be like, J Nolan, why you gotta address this, man? No, don't do it. Nah, we gonna do it because I love teachable moments. I love teachable moments. It's a part of life. It helps us grow. And if there's one person or two or three or 10 people that think this way, there's a lot more that are thinking this very same way because I see people liking the comment. All right. So this person here says, and I'm not gonna say your name out of respect, but this person jumped in and said, she's just shading Armand. Another YouTuber she had a relationship with, but they fell out. I'm very well aware of the situation with Armand. I know they had a relationship. I know they fell out. He said her delivery was mediocre and she was chasing the beat, so she's being petty and counteractive. My point is, ignore any quote-unquote love from a celebrity when it pertains to an opinion you've given on them. Ignore them. Remain unfazed. Continue to cater to your actual audience and give your opinion. I'm not sure how somebody liking my opinion is going to change my opinion, but since we're here, let's go ahead and talk about it. Since you wanted to bring up Armand's name, I've said this a couple times before. I'm not going to change my tune. For anybody out there wondering, me and Armand are good. All right. I don't know him personally. I've never met him personally. But I'm subscribed to his channel. I watch his channel. I don't have to agree with everything that he says. I understand his place in this music commentary space, especially, as it pertains to the ladies in hip hop. We have a mutual respect between each other. It's been relayed to me that he also fucks with what I do over here. We don't have to agree on everything, but I will never disrespect him, call him out of his name, or anything along those lines. I don't even like when other people do it. Other folks have tried to come on my channel and disparage Armand and call him all types of things. I don't co-sign that shit. I'm not cool with it. I don't like it. Okay? So number one, bringing him into the conversation when it wasn't anything going on pertaining to him, I thought that was very distasteful, and I'm addressing it because I want people to understand, and I want to say it very boldly and loudly since we now have the attention. I have no problem with Armand Wiggins. I fuck with Armand Wiggins. We have a mutual respect between each other, and that's as far as it extends, all right? There's nothing more, nothing less to the situation. So for if anybody believes that Cardi B only shared my video in spite of whatever went wrong between herself and Armand, if that's what you think, you can think that all you like. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not vying for position or proximity to Cardi B. I'm not trying to be her best friend. I'm not trying to hang out with Cardi B. All of those things are not on my board. I'm a married man with a child. All right. I love my wife. She's a content creator herself. Go follow her. Jamie, that's me. It's very simple. Okay. We'll continue. So as far as saying her delivery was mediocre, that's your opinion. That's cool. Chasing the beat, that's cool. I addressed that part a couple days ago. I don't see where she was chasing the beat. And if we want to talk about all the rappers that rap off beat in hip hop, it'll be a very long video. All right. Rapping off beat on purpose was a style for the last 3 years. I don't see too many people that complained about it though. Now, when it comes to getting love from a celebrity, I like that part of the comment. So as it pertains to getting love from celebrities or public figures or people of note, this ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first rodeo. As a matter of fact, a lot of the subjects of my videos tune in, you know, whether they make themselves known or not, it gets back to me. You know what I'm saying? Armand being one of them. I've talked about Armand and his controversies and things of that nature. When things went bad with Fox Soul, I covered that whole situation. A lot of people blamed him exclusively as to why that thing fell apart. I don't believe that he was the sole reason that that Fox Soul thing fell apart. But a lot of people put that blame on him. I covered it. I talked about it. And we still good. Right? More recently, when Megan Thee Stallion performed at what was it, Coachella, Armand didn't, you know, he wasn't really feeling the performance. I think it was the first weekend. I critiqued his opinion about that, you know what I'm saying? Because it went viral. A lot of people said you shouldn't have reacted to that. You're going to get mess started with Armand. I respect Armand, even if I disagree with him. We don't have to agree. He don't got to agree with things that I say. As long as we're still operating within respect, I don't see what the issue is. Moving on. Elliot Wilson, journalist that I grew up watching and reading his content. He shares my posts all the time on Twitter. I've given him love. He shared my stuff on Instagram. He shared my stuff on Twitter. I've shouted him out on my wall the same way. And it has not stopped me from critiquing Elliot Wilson one bit. Crash Out Wilson gets critiqued every time he crashes out. And I'm going to say the same stuff I said the first time. But I'm also a fan, and I'm also somebody who has more knowledge of Elliot Wilson than the average person. So neither of those things will be negated. The positivity or the critique. It doesn't matter. So there's that. Recently, we talked about the whole Kendrick Lamar versus Lupe conversation. That thing rehashed, right? It got rehashed by Mickey Fax. I told y'all in my video, I also know who Mickey Fax is. I'm familiar with his music, with his raps, with his own skill and talent as a lyricist, but I completely disagreed with him all throughout the video. Critiqued his analysis all up and down the video. Guess who showed up in my comments? Mickey Fax. What did Mickey Fax say? Thank you for covering this. I appreciate your perspective. I critiqued him the whole video, and he said, thank you, I appreciate this. Boom. So the next time he comes out and says something crazy that I think is crazy, I'm going to critique it the same way. Because clearly, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Who am I vying for a position for? I've been out here over a decade, whether y'all knew me or not. I stand on my own too. I had to get it out the mud as a musician. That prepared me for YouTube. I'm not looking for friends. I'm not looking for homies. I'm a grown ass man. Okay, but let's keep it going because there's more to get to. Okay, we got to Mickey Facts, we got to Cardi B, we got to Armand, we got to Elliot. When it comes to female rap, okay, I've seen some people that they try to be like, hey man, I don't like your opinion. Your opinion's trash. I'm gonna go watch Armand. That's awesome. That don't hurt my feelings when people say that. It's all good. I want you to watch as much content as your heart's content. If you turn off my video after 2 minutes, it don't matter to me. It's people that come on here and say, I hate your fucking intros. That shit don't matter to me neither. Y'all not gonna hurt my feelings. It's okay. Watch whoever you want. But when y'all try to come out here and be like, oh, you're compromised. You're just saying this because no, I'm not. I'm saying my true opinion, homie. If you disagree with my opinion, it's cool. No harm, no foul. Who gives a fuck? Clearly you do. I don't, because I'm going to come back and say it all over again. And I'm going to continue to say my opinion 100% true and factual every time. So move around with that shit too. Now this person, they tried to double down because I responded to them. And I basically reiterated the same thing that I just told y'all. So then this person came back and said, if they say it's love, you've been lied to. It's not cynical, it's the truth. Celebrities like to control the narrative, and the easiest way to do that is to see how commentators respond to attention or favoritism. I'm speaking from experience. I don't know you or your experience, but it don't matter to me. This is my experience. And this ain't the first time that this has happened. Okay? Celebrities don't actually care about praise. It all feels fake to them anyways, but they do care when you say something negative and enough people pay attention to it. That part, I do understand. That part, I don't fear. I don't have any issue with. I've covered negative stories about a lot of people. I'm sure they saw those too. I'm still here. Why be weird? If you didn't want to say congratulations, you didn't want to say that this is dope, you could have moved on with your fucking life and acted like you never seen it. You talking about something, I'm speaking from experience. I've been shaded, I've been praised. I don't give a fuck what happened in your situation. I gotta be honest. I don't give a fuck what happened in your life. I can only be responsible for what happens in mine, and I wish you the best in yours. But miss me with that bullshit, okay? Y'all know we recently covered that whole MacWap situation. MacWap from TDE. MacWap went at it head to head with Nicki Minaj. He got on Twitch and fucking turned her every way but loose verbally. You know what I'm saying? And MacWap was in the right. You know what I'm saying? But then after that situation happened, I came back and I talked about it and I said, as much as I agree that MacWap is in the right, he's entitled to feel how he feels. He's entitled to say everything he wants to say about her, antagonize her, troll her, the whole thing. I also don't think that Top Dog appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? Because Top Dog moves in silence. He don't talk. He don't do interviews very often. He don't post on socials very often unless it's something important. And Nicki Minaj was talking about TDE as a whole, and she was going at Punch. She was going at MacWap. She tagged the FBI and all that shit. I was like, yo, man, I think MacWap should chill, because I don't know if Top is going to actually fuck with that. He probably feels like this type of thing is going to damage the brand more than it helps. Well, MacWap turned around and subscribed to the channel. MacWap showed up in the chat while I was saying this shit. Now, do you think my opinion of TDE is going to be compromised because MacWap is subscribed to the channel? No. Does that make me feel like Absol dropped good diss records earlier this year? No. No. So let's just be clear here. I don't know what type of niggas y'all are used to watching, and I know it's only a percentage of y'all, a fraction of y'all, but I gotta talk to these people because these people, these agents of chaos, they plant seeds that eventually grow. So I want to address this stuff and cut it off at the root. You ain't got to worry about me, homie. I'm Gucci. Uh let's run it down some more. All right. We got MacWap TDE out the way, and y'all know how much I fuck with TDE. But that MacWap situation, the MacWap subscription is not gonna change anything. You know what I'm saying? He's Schoolboy Q DJ. We already know that stuff. Everything cool. What about Jay-Z and Beyonce? Y'all know how much I fuck with both of them. Okay? But it's very possible I'll never get a look from Rock Nation or Parkwood, to be honest. If y'all can remember, I believe last year there was a situation with Kehlani. There was a big controversy where they were trying to say that Kehlani had got married to this woman for career benefits, and she ended up signing with Rock Nation. And then once the music started coming out on Rock Nation, she filed for a divorce and all this stuff, right? I'm pretty sure y'all at least heard of it. If not, it's out there. So I covered it on my channel, and the lady that she married and divorced reached out to me and was not thrilled about the video. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, she's actually really closely associated with Beyonce. She was in the box during the tour and all of this stuff, right? But it didn't stop me from covering it. She sent me a cease and desist, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I was like, all right, I won't continue to push it. But at the same time, I came right back and reported all on that whole the Jay-Z allegations and stuff like that. And we just took everything one at a time, what was presented. It didn't look right. We agreed it didn't look right. So that thing has been surpassed. Jay-Z is filing lawsuits against Tony Busby and his accuser. And he's facing, resistance in trying to get justice on that. But my opinion will not be swayed based on somebody I like, dislike, or grew up listening to. I'm a straight shooter. That's what's gotten me to this point. Chloe Bailey, you know what I mean? I think she's super talented. I think she's super underrated as a songwriter and producer in her own right. But there was a songwriter named Forrest who came out and sued her and Sony and Parkwood because he claimed that like 4 songs on her last album, Trouble in Paradise, were stolen from him through a producer that he worked with. I covered it. I covered it at length. You know what I'm saying? I went through some of the paperwork. I covered where the songwriter was doing interviews talking about it with Tiffany Red. He was credited on one of the songs, but not the remaining 3. He talked about how they offered him a small amount of money to get him to shut up and all of this type of stuff. I covered it. I would actually like to work with Chloe Bailey. I would love for her to produce an EP for me. However, she probably wouldn't if she were to see those videos. She was like, nah, I can't fuck with you. You said I sold them songs, which I didn't say she stole the songs. I said that apparently she received those songs through the producer who stole them from the artist because they worked together. He presented the music to Chloe. She liked it. And homeboy cut the writer out of the deal. But, of course, when things are perceived negatively, the person in position don't be liking that shit. But if I was just working off of my own interests, I would do whatever I could to suck up to Rock Nation, Parkwood, Sony, etc. Sony don't like me neither. You know what I'm saying? I showed I don't know why Sony don't like me, but clearly it's probably because of Drake. Because I never had issues with them. But then when I covered the Fighting Irish freestyle last year, or was it this year? Whenever that shit came out, they came and struck my channel. You know? Then Kendrick and SZA's Grand National Tour kicked off. And remember, I did a whole video watching footage of the first couple of shows. So Kendrick's footage went through without a hitch. Next thing I know, Sony came through and was trying to strike my ass again. I don't know why, but they did. Sony don't fuck with me. So they struck me off of concert footage for SZA. I like SZA, but I'm not playing no more of her shit on my channel. She got leaks that she's putting out through her Instagram story or Finsta. I would love to talk about them. They sound good. Not playing that shit over here because her label likes to strike. I'm not playing them games. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. So let's not talk about integrity. When it comes to advertising on my channel, I get these fucking emails all the time from all these stupid ass AI companies that want to come add advertising real estate on my videos. And basically I would remove my music and play an ad for some stupid ass AI shit for the first 60 to 90 seconds and be paid for it. I decline that shit. I tell them, hey man, my audience, they're not interested in AI. They're not trying to use none of that type of shit, man. That doesn't work for my target audience. If I wasn't a person with integrity, I would just take the bag. I would just take the money. I've been wanting brand deals and collaborations like that any fucking way. But it don't align, so I don't take the money. That's what integrity looks like. I have multiple colleagues in the industry that are associated and work with Timbaland. If you've been on here long enough, you've seen that I talked about Timbaland and that whole AI shit that he did. And they say that he was taking niggas' beats and feeding them to AI and taking niggas' songs and putting them in his AI. I covered that too. I grew up bumping Timbaland music. Some of Timbaland's beats are my favorites of all time. He's produced classics for all types of people in the industry. And I have people in my network that fuck with him, work with him. I know his lawyer. The same lawyer who was issuing statements saying we technically don't have to goddamn give y'all disclosures about all this stuff, but we're doing it as a courtesy. I didn't agree with that shit neither. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody who has worked with Timbaland and serviced his music to radio. But I still covered that shit with integrity. I interviewed Ryan Wild on this very channel because she criticized him for the AI shit. He got in her comments talking crazy. She dissed his ass, put out a diss record. I played it on the show. I said, hey, Ryan, if you want to do an interview, let's talk. I did a whole interview with Ryan Wild talking about her interaction with Timbaland. That nigga still in her comments to this motherfucking day. As a matter of fact, I think at the time of this recording, he's now in her DMs. Now I'm gonna assume that it's about music. You know what I mean? Because I know Tim is married. But musically, I fuck with Timbaland. It would work to my benefit to not talk about this shit and shut up and not cover it. Especially since I know people that travel with him and move around and move about with him. But I still cover it. And if Timbaland were to reach out and want to do an interview and share his side of the story, I might do it because I have integrity. So it's like if I'm willing to tell one side of the story, we can address the other side of the story. I'm gonna have to ask you questions about that shit though. I'm gonna have to ask you about them fans out there that feel disappointed in your ass and how you feel about that when your fan base is disappointed in the way that you've been presenting yourself recently when people want to see you as a legend. What do you say to that? What do you say to those people? What do you say to those people that will not support you any further because of what it is that you're doing today? That's what you would get from that conversation if Timbo were to reach out to me. That's integrity. So please, don't play with me. Before a lot of y'all even got here, when I was just doing reviews and stuff like that for different music industry products, services, software, fucking distribution companies. I used to review these different distribution companies. These companies was trying to court me to become like official spokesman for their shit and like join their stuff. Never did none of that. I'll talk about it. I'll review it honestly. And let's leave it there. I'm a journeyman when it comes to my music. I just test shit out. I don't want to be on papers with nobody unless it's like concrete and I trust in it, and if my own legal representation feels strongly about it, I would do so, but it ain't happened. You know what I'm saying? And these are people that worked in the industry as big executives, people that have managed Alicia Keys, people that have done humongous shit. And I got direct lines to them still to this day, and declined and was like, man, I'm good. Like, just let me talk about this stuff. I don't want to be your personal messenger. I've accepted. I've done promo for other companies and stuff like that, but it wasn't no long-standing, you got to represent us for 4 years, 5 years, 2 years, nothing. It's just one and done. That's integrity, man. So you can't come over here and play with me. Like, I've been around too long for anybody to question what integrity looks like for J Nolan. Now, if you were sitting in the position how you would act or how somebody you know would act, that might be a different story, but that ain't got shit to do with me, okay? So I just wanted to clear the air. I wanted to let it be known. Y'all can expect the same level of quality, the same level of conversation, all that good shit that we've always had over here. Y'all see how close me and Chapo have become. You know what I'm saying? Great interview with Chapo. We had to fight against the DJ that don't spin and no spin TV. They tried to disparage our interview and all this shit. He came out and he dropped them diss records toward Ab-Soul and Joey Badass, and a couple of them joints, I was like, bro, you could come harder than that. That's my dog. I got Chapo's number. I could call him right now. We might do another interview, you know what I'm saying, in the near future, because he got a project on the way. But if it's something that I don't like on there, I'm not gonna lie. I keep it real. That's what niggas respect about me. That's why he came on here in the first place, because I keep it a buck. So this will be another reference point, because this show ain't gonna be the last time that a so-called celebrity or big artist or whomever shows love to the channel. Just calmate. We running our own ship over here, baby. Stay tuned, continue to watch, and be respectful in your fucking comments, man. Related and unrelated. I'm going to catch y'all in a little bit. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'll catch y'all a little bit later, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.